Hello, and welcome to the Night Girls. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les.
I don't know what episode.
465.
465. There we go.
It's December the 3rd, which is a Tuesday.
It's Alice's birthday.
Oh.
She's 8.
Wow.
I know, don't you feel old?
That's the least of the reasons that I feel old.
So on other things that made me feel old today, I have these twin 6th graders, and they were like, do you remember blah, 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 blah? And I was like, I do. And they're like, that's her mom. And I was like, oh, okay.
Fun.
I am old.
This is someone you taught, I assume.
Yeah. So, I taught her when she was in middle school, and now I'm teaching her daughters. This is the first time that that's happened, by the way. Children of children. So, I only have more to look forward to.
Yeah, it's only going to get better.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so would you like to go first, friend, or would you like me to go first?
Why don't you go?
Okay. I just cast on a pair of socks, so I just did a Judy's Magic Cast On, which is my preferred method to cast on socks. I am going
toe up.
to do a toe up pair of socks,
Yeah.
thank you. I am magic looping this. Someone the other day on the comments said something about circular needles. I'm actually magic looping. I prefer 2 circulars, but I've gotten cheap as my gauge has increased. So when I first started knitting socks, I was knitting them on 2.5s.
I feel like you used to do a lot of 2-needle socks, but lately, yeah, it's been mostly magic loop.
This is why. So when I first started knitting socks, I started on 2.5s. So I have tons of sets of 2.5s. And then over time I went down to 1s. And then I had tons of sets of 1s in 2 circs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to go down to 0s. And I was like, I'm just going to magic loop because that's 1 needle, the cost of 1 needle versus the cost of 2 needles. So when I can, I prefer 2 circs, but I do magic loop. And these, I do have lots of 1s, like I said, 2 circulars, but we got these Addy squared.
Mm-hmm. The Rocket
Squared. And I'm really enjoying using them. So when I bought these, I bought size 1 in... I'm looking to see if it says
like
if it's
32
2 or... Yeah, 32 inch. It's 2.5 millimeters. So I could just... So that's 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could just go round and round and round. So, yeah. I'm excited that I'm casting on a new pair of socks. These are going to be for my grandmother for Christmas. She doesn't watch the show, so I can say that. They are in the Knit Spin Farm Gaudy Day colorway. National Gaudy Day. So, Gaudy. So yeah, they've got turquoise, a navy, and a pink. And hopefully they will make her happy. She's having some arthritis issues with getting on socks. So these are a sport weight. They're a Targhee sport weight, so that means they're going to be very bouncy. But I think that'll also help with, because they're thicker, she won't have to put on, socks and then slippers in her house.
Yeah. Maybe
just the socks. We'll see. So anyway, that is what this is my last Christmas gift.
Oh, good for you.
So this, and I have to finish the stocking, but it's already in. This is my last Christmas gift to start.
To cast on, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I am knitting a hat Dana for a coworker pretty soon, but that is already that's not a Christmas present. That's just a present, if that makes sense. And then the stocking that I was talking about is the Christmas stocking pattern by Faye Kennington. She's Yuki Knits on Ravelry and Instagram, and she's one of 3 designers. She, Imagine Landscapes, and Raven Knits are all donating the proceeds from their first 25 pattern sales in December to it's what Hearts and Hands is also going to, that same charity.
Northern something.
North. I'll think of it in a second. If not, I'll look it up. Yeah. So they're doing that.
True North or something?
True North Aid.
Yeah.
Thank you. Whew, it takes a village today. So I think this is the same place where you guys saw it last. It's Two Repeats. on the foot of the stocking. And I'm knitting it on a 12-inch circular. So I have 2 more repeats to go. Then I put in waist yarn for the afterthought heel. And then 4 more repeats, and then I'll do the cuff. So I just need to give this some love. It's been sitting in my bag. So I just need to pull it out and start working on it again and get like 3 repeats done a week, and then I'll be done in time for Christmas. So that's gonna start getting priority. This is a 12-inch circular. I'm using the white is some unknown stash. The red is Poison Apple in the West End base, the worsted base from Lady Men Fiber Arts. And the green is All the Way to the Bank. So yeah. Wear Something Gaudy Day is the name of the sock. Not Gaudy Day, but yeah, Wear Something Gaudy Day. So yeah, that is it for me. Those 2 things for works in progress.
Oh, okay.
That's all I got this week. Which is why I had to cast on a sock real fast.
So I only have 2 things as well this week. I've got the sock head hat, which I worked on during our BKN.
I bet you got at least an inch done during that BKN.
So I'm supposed to get 9 inches from the ribbing, and let's see what I've got. I've got 7. So,
but you were at 6 at the start of the BKN, so you made some progress.
Yeah.
So 2 more inches.
It's just
to
boring,
go.
Because it's just in the round, and I don't love the needles. I mean, they're great for the short circumference of the hat. They're like 12 inches around, or 16.
They're
maybe?
16, I think.
But I can't. Like, usually when I knit, my whole hand all the way down to my pinky holds onto the shaft of the needle, and in this case they're not quite long enough for it, so it's just awkward.
You could start magic looping.
I could, but I mean, it's not uncomfortable, it's just weird feeling.
Yeah.
So and this is being knit out of cat sandwich fibers in a willy-nilly, which was a one-of-a-kind colorway. It's got the copper colored speckles, which I like.
Me too.
So that's project
That's
number
pretty.
1. And it's just called the sock head hat. I think it's free on Ravelry.
Yeah.
Or at least one size is free on Ravelry. I don't know if the whole pattern is or not. I can't remember. I've had it forever, so so
there's
that's
the sock head cowl too.
So that's pattern number 1, and then pattern number 2 is Poet, which I've been working on for a month or more. I'm at the point where I'm just doing the lace body, just in the round over and over and over and over. So I just started my 3rd repeat, 2nd repeat, or 3rd repeat, I can't remember, of the pattern, of the, my 3rd instance of the chart repeat, which is like 48 rows and 20 stitches. So I need to get to 16 3/4 inches. So right at 17, just before 17 inches. This was where I was last week. This marker here, which is about 4.5 inches maybe from the underarm
I
split.
think you should talk about your little circular marker that you put on there.
And then I will.
Okay.
This is where I am today, just as we record. I just put this on as I passed this marker. So what Laura's talking about is you can put these little, any stitch marker or little decorative bauble that's got a lobster clasp, which is, I've got an extra one here. Anything that is removable, like, so in this case it's got a little lobster clasp.
Yeah, you can also use the crochet stitch markers or the light bulb markers or just the plastic, safety pin markers.
Like the ones that look like safety pins. You can get it like Michael's or Joann's or what have you. So a lot of people do that to mark their progress, but I can never remember, like if I just put this little sparkly marker, I wouldn't necessarily remember when I was there. So what I did was I took So in the United States, the Postal Service will provide the packaging for shipping things if you use their priority service. And one of the types of packages is a Tyvek envelope. And Tyvek is like paper, but it's waterproof and it's durable. So what I did, because I was impatient, I looked first to see if something like this existed on Etsy, because I was just going to buy it, but I couldn't find anything. So what I did was I took an envelope of, it's something that I had gotten, I don't remember what it was, but it came in a Tyvek envelope from the Postal Service. You can actually see the USPS mail, priority mail watermark on them. And I cut it out into a 12 by 12 square, or somewhere near there, because that's what size my mats are for my Cricut cutter, CRICUT, but it would work with the Silhouette or any kind of die cutter.
Yeah.
And
you can get little die cuts that are just like...
like a punch.
Yeah, a punch.
You could definitely do that. So what I did was I just went into the Cricut software and designed a simple circle that was like an inch in diameter, and told the Cricut, the cutter, that it was cardstock, I think. And it cut out all these little circles. I think I got like 50 or something out of one used envelope. So that's what I've been doing, is I've just I take these and I put them on with my progress markers, and so I know that when we recorded last on November the 29th, I was here, and then when we recorded today on 12/3.
So you're writing on there with Sharpie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't anticipate that they'll still be on there when I put them in the water, but this way, Tyvek is durable, so that if it snags on something, it's not going to rip right out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put some effort behind it, you could probably tear it, but it's not going to accidentally rip, and that's why I chose that instead of just like a cardstock or something. So, yeah, so this is Poet.
You've made great progress on that.
It feels like I'm not making any, because the repeat is so huge. I don't want to stretch this to try to assume.
Well, you've done like 5 inches from last time we recorded.
Yeah, I'm at about 9.5 inches from the underarm. And yeah, so since 11/29, which was 4 days ago, I've gotten a little over 5 inches. So I don't think I'll have this done by next time that we record, because I go on call on Thursday, and that always just screws everything up. I might actually have no progress next time. You never know. But I think I'll definitely hit my end of year goal, which is what I want. So this is what it looks like. It's really, really lovely. I'm knitting this out of Biche Bouche, which is woolen spun yarn that I got from Tolt. Fingering weight 2-ply woolen spun.
It's really pretty.
It's gorgeous, and I love it, but I definitely would not be able to do a full-on lace garment back-to-back with another one. I would need a break of some kind in there.
Yeah.
Of course, I was just complaining about a stockinette hat, so... yeah, I'm really looking forward to having the finished thing. So after I do the body, then I just come back and do the sleeves, which are like half or 3/4, and they're just stockinette with ribbing at the end. So nothing fancy there. That'll go much faster. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm on skeins 2 and 3 out of 6, or maybe 3 and 4 out of 7. I've got 3 left that haven't been touched, and then I'm working with 2.
Are you going to alternate for the sleeves too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Which will be a pain, but... So that's what I'm working on. I have no finished objects, and I haven't spun at all this week. So... Uh-oh.
No, you're fine. I was just saying, like you haven't... The rest is on me.
Oh, my shirt says, I just want all the dogs, because somebody will ask me.
That's super cute. Where did that come from?
Zulily.
Oh.
So who knows? Zulily has the most random stuff.
They do. Don't think I increased here ever. I think I might go back. So I'm gonna rip that back. I don't like what's going on there. I can't tell what's going on there. I finished 3 charity hats, so I'm gonna send these I'm going to finish one more and I'm going to send them off. So they are all out of Lion Brand Thick and Quick. I had 4 total skeins from Joann's. And they are 3 different patterns. And the 4th is going to be a different pattern as well. So, I'm sorry. This is the No Worries hat.
For the rest of your days.
It is like a broken rib style hat. So it went super fast. I knit this on size 9s. I will never knit Lion Brand Thick and Quick on size 9s again.
Why?
It hurt my hands really, really badly.
Is it like really dense for you or loose?
Well, it seems very dense. Like, it's definitely a child size hat, and I cast on 48 stitches, which was supposed to be the baby size. But this is a super bulky. So it I feel like it's, you can feel the stockinette at the top is pretty dense.
Well, that's decreases too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty dense.
So 9s is pretty tight for a super bulky.
Yeah, I think I can use 9s for worsted.
Oh, well, there's that. And then the second one of that colorway, I really like that colorway, so I got 2 of each. This I just finished today. It is the super simple slouch hat. No, this is the chunky beanie. Wait, what are...
They're all linked in our show notes.
This is a chunky beanie.
Which are found at TheKnitGirllsWith3Ls.com.
And this one was knit on 10.5 using 44 stitches. So it's supposed to fit like a child. That's why the brim's folded up too, so it's double thick. So those are both child size. And this is a little bit more teen size. This is the super simple slouch hat. And it's just stockinette and then reverse stockinette. I forgot to change the needle size, so the pattern has you go up a needle size for the reverse stockinette part. I totally forgot to do that, so it's all on the 10.5s, but I think it works fine. And this is more teen sized because it fits on my head. It's a little bit snug though.
That's good
so,
though.
Yeah, teen, older, elementary school kid. So yeah, so 3 hats to go to charity, and then I have 1 more to finish, and then I will send these off to Coffee with Room for Cream in upstate New York. So I'm excited about that. So those are the first 3 things finished, and then I also finished the Spectrum shawl. This is a pattern by Joji Locatelli. It is out of my hand spun, so the brown was Bumblebee Acres. One of their natural cormos from their farm, and then the other color, which kind of changes colors, it goes from like a light blue to a mustardy colorway, is from Hello Yarn. I cannot remember what the colorway is. It was in my stash, so it is quite old. It's an odd shape. Mine is actually around 10 inches smaller finish measurement than what she calls for. And that is because I was using a lighter weight yarn. I was more on the lace weight end versus, I think the this one was 600 yards from 4 ounces. Right about there. So,
and the brown was like 500 from 2, wasn't it?
I think it was like 300 from 2, yeah. They were both about the same. So, yeah. And it's nice to just wrap up and around. It's a good one. My other hand spun shawl, I spilled a latte all over today, so I have to wash it again. So yeah, it's nice and cozy. Can't wait to wear it. This one's staying with me. And I want to cast on some more hand spun. We'll see how that works out for me. I might do a hand spun hat. Maybe for Wheezy. We'll see. We will see.
Me and your dad aren't talking.
Did you tell him that?
No.
Okay.
Because we're not talking.
Oh. He doesn't know it, though.
No.
So he doesn't care. I told him that was super rude. So Leslie bought my parents a gift.
Let me show you the wondrousness of this gift. It was just something I saw, and I was like, yeah, the Lineamans need that.
But then they regifted it. They had a dirty Santa yesterday.
And not only that, like, he was proud of it. Like, he sent me a note talking about how proud he was.
I told him it was rude.
So I sent them this cat. It's a tissue box. And it's the the tissue comes out of the cat's butthole, and it uses just a generic, like, one of those square tissue boxes. I thought it was hilarious. He named it, and I told him I expected it to be there the next time that I came to visit him.
It is a good dirty Santa present, but he should have bought his own.
Yeah! Like, he sent us a message yesterday, and he was like, this cat is going to the Dirty Santa. It's going to be amazing. He wrote up, like, a bio for it.
He did.
You know, as part of the gift. And it was for... The Dirty Santa was for, like, his motorcycle club.
Yes.
And so he was like...
Some poor lady got it on, like, the third pole, and no one took it from her, but they started chanting its name over and over again.
Which has an expletive in it, so... But, yeah, I talked about how you could attach it to your motorcycle, but always read the motorcycle. Like, it was very funny.
Yes.
But...
He was very proud of his bio.
But he gave it away. I'm so upset about that.
Told him it was rude. Alright, so with spinning. I have 2 spinning spins that I'm currently doing. They're both Into the World. I am in their club. I'm in their classic club. So as they come in, I try to spin them up. And I had gotten a smidge behind. So this is the November club. Which I'm not terribly behind, because November they ship their clipper on the 20th. This is the same colorway, even though it doesn't look like it. And it is called Adventuring Party. It is a Cheviot, so I'm spinning it as a 3-ply to use for something like mittens.
I'm gonna put that cat thing in our show notes, because I feel like at least a couple people will buy it, and we'll get like 5 cents when they do. We are Amazon affiliates.
Oh my. So, the Cheviot, I'm so distracted now. I just took the giant braid and split it into thirds. I didn't like divide it down the middle or anything, so every single chunk is much different because it's a non-repeating colorway.
He hasn't even had the damn thing a month.
I'm sorry.
For like real world problems.
Cheviot is a wool that is naturally more superwash, so that's why I'm spinning it for mittens. And then the other thing that I'm spinning, and I had the singles done for this one, is 404 Name Not Found.
Oh.
And it's Falkland blend, and I just split this down the middle and spun 2 plies, and I spun it pretty thick. So it's going to be a nice, either bulky or worsted. I figured it would be a good hat. And this one has oranges and purples and a navy. So I think, and like a little bit of a teal. So I think that'll be really pretty. The other had like more of a natural color and some purple and a teal and a light purple and a dark blue. So yeah, so those will be 2 separate finished skeins eventually. And I'm spinning those on my Lendrum upright because that is the wheel that is free in my house. Because Leslie's using the Ladybug and the Matchless has my giant mashup spin going on it.
And that there's no other wheels.
No other wheels.
Those are the only wheels. Those are not the only wheels.
Yeah, some wheels are put up.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit harder to get down than other wheels. But yeah, that is it for me. Yeah, 2 spinning, 4 finished objects.
Wait, did you have 4? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Because the other one you forgot to show last week.
Yeah. So yeah, that one was actually, the first one was actually last week. And then I'm going to wait a couple days before tackling the last chunky hat to send off because my hands need a bit of a break. They were hurting during the VKN, but it's good. They're better now. It's amazing how often you use your hands and once they start hurting, how you really notice that. So you should always take breaks. And I've been doing that. I've been trying to like alternate spinning with knitting those hats. Because those hats only take like 2 hours each to knit. Maybe 3. I think I knit the chunky one during the Steelers game. So, like, 3 hours total.
I mean, I feel like you're giving good advice that you don't always take yourself.
Well, that's true. But, yeah, that's it for me. What are you reading, friend?
Not much, actually. I just haven't felt like it. I am reading the same things I've been reading, Starless Sea, and I'm re-listening to Fate's Edge, which is the third in the Edge series by Alana Andrews, which is husband-wife team. I went and looked up the fourth one, because I don't know that I've ever listened to it, actually. It's the one with, like, a healer who's a blue blood. This is fantasy male-female romance.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know that I've ever listened to that one.
That one's not my favorite.
Well, the one I'm listening to isn't my favorite either. It's the one with Calder, who's, like, the luck guy. He has to make a bet to use his magic or whatever. Also not my favorite.
The last one has the kids in it, and then they come back to the Innkeeper series. So that one kind of, like, leads into the Innkeeper series.
Yeah, I'll probably listen to it while I'm on call next week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been rewatching 30 Rock, because Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin are great together. And I've been trying to watch It, the newer version.
Ooh.
So I finished the first half, the chapter for when they were kids, and just started the chapter for when they're adults. So,
alrighty then.
Yeah.
I have no interest in it at all.
I know. That's why I'm watching it without you.
We're allowed to do things without each other.
I'm so glad. I'm sick of you.
I've been watching a lot of World of Wonder drag queen stuff without you. Just the, like, tour behind the scenes footage, which is getting a little bit redundant at this point.
I'm
but
sure.
Like, there's only so many times that Valentina cannot be on time. And other people get mad at her for not being on time because it's not respectful for their time.
This is the truth.
Yeah.
What have you been reading?
I started a new series, but only the first book's out last night. It's WYDE, so weird kind of, I don't know, and Wayward. It's by Wide and Wayward, maybe. It's by Charlotte English. It's a whole $3 on Amazon. And it is kind of like Regency England's, but there's this one family that always has some trait that's passed down that makes them unusual. Like, they might be a Gorgon or a mermaid, or a vampire. There's something that always makes them unusual, except for the main character. She's the only one in, like, 400 years
She's a dud.
Yeah, been born without something. And she's kidnapped by this, other family.
And I bet her magic displays itself in some way.
Yes, that's coming. That is a coming. So yeah, she's just been kidnapped, so I'm not super into it. I'm also still reading Other Words for Home, which is a novel in verse by Jasmine Warga, W-A-R-G-A, Warga. It's middle grade novel in verse. I don't know why I put prose there. I need to change that. And then I'm listening to Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. And that I've been doing at work, actually. So yesterday, I finally got a book jacket order in, like the clear covers that go over the book jackets. An order of those came in. I had ordered 300 because I had run out. And I was waiting to get some new books out until I could get them covered. Right. So yesterday I got 75 new books out. So if you're one of the people who bought a book from my library, thank you so much. There's still some on the list. And I am slowly writing thank yous. So Amazon, when they send you a present, sometimes, not always, which is annoying, because if it's a third-party person, they don't. But they, if you click to have a gift receipt included, there's a QR code, and I can go on my phone and scan that, and I've been trying to write thank yous. I still have a ton to write, so thank you very much. I will get to you. I promise. I'm trying to get, like, 10 done a day. I think I got 5 done today, like those best laid plans.
Yeah.
It's like what I squeeze in, and like if a class is late and I know they're coming and it's not enough time to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
but I can scan like 2 of those and write a quick thank you. So, and the default thank you is terrible. Like, cheers! Thank you so much. This is just what I wanted. Like, so I'm definitely making it my own, but that takes time. So I will get everyone sent thank yous. And one comes with every book. So if you get the same thank you from me 4 times, that was like the roll that I was on for that day. Because I guess I reuse phrases like sometimes. I know I reuse phrases sometimes. But know that it's really, really deep felt and appreciated. If I open the boxes, I try to sort them. So I'm only sending you 1 thank you. But what I like to do is have the kids open the boxes. And they get super excited. They call it Christmas. Some of them, so, or their birthday or whatever, so, it's kind of a reward that I use too. So I'm like, hey, or if they're having a rough day, hey, you're having a rough day, do you want to open some boxes of books for me? It's a good cool down activity too, because it's physical. But yeah, that is it. We can delete the Shoreland giveaway off there, because we gave it away.
Okay, well, I'll do it in a minute.
I'm trying to think what else. We're still collecting for Hearts and Hands Loyette Project, which goes to True North Aid. That's put on by Subculture Yarn, and we are Collection Point. So we will be mailing that off probably in the next week or so. I have some other stuff to mail, so I will make a trip to the post office. And I think that's about it. Is there anything else that you needed to chat about today? Oh, SSK emails went out.
Yes, SSK emails went out this week. If you did not get in immediately, I'm really genuinely sorry. We would love to have every single person that wants to come there. We just don't have the space for it. And we're afraid of making it too large by moving it somewhere else and making it completely unmanageable. Because I feel like part of the charm of SSK is that you can get one-on-one time with most people. You know, if you really make a concerted effort to do it. Yeah. So, I'll just say, if you didn't get in, I'm really sorry. You can stay on the wait list, or there's tons of great retreats out there that you can also look into. So, we will be publishing the vendor map early, probably this week, because I sent it to vendors this week when I sent out contracts that I had to recreate 3 times because I kept leaving in old dates.
Oh no.
But they're all done and sent out.
And we'll announce the vendors.
Yeah, once we get contracts in, we'll announce the vendors. That's probably when we'll put up the map. That's actually a good point.
We can alter the website all at the same time.
But you'll know way ahead of time versus in past years when we've done it like at the event rather than beforehand.
We don't anticipate any of the vendors changing, but sometimes people have life issues. So,
and we do have some lovely folks that we weren't able to fit into the market who are on our wait list. So if we, I don't anticipate any empty spots at the market, but vendors are subject to change just based on, everybody has life events that happen. I think that's it. We are going to schedule the Patreon, VKN, and Fail Along. We will make sure that everything's actually in December this time.
Yeah. Oh, Amy might be here for
the Fail Along or the VKN.
No, the VKN.
That's because it'll be on the 29th. Yeah. Because she flies out on the 30th to go home.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Yeah, I need to figure out what time her flight is because I have a doctor's appointment that morning that I can move if I need to. So
yeah. I think that's it. If you are a Patreon contributor, a genuine thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Not just for us, but for all the different
creators.
People, makers and creators that you support. I know we support as many as we can, both individually and with some of the funds that you give us. We also support other podcasts as well. So, not just podcasts, other creators as well. So, I think that's it. You guys have a lovely week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.